Hey, it's Tony Solo here for The Natural Lifestyles, and I'm with Liam and James, here to introduce my new channel, Essence of Solo, where I will be explaining my motivational strategies, my mindsets for successful women.
I first met Tony a couple of years ago, pretty much based only on his goddamn persistence. I get contacted very often by guys who want to become coaches because it seems like a glamorous job, all the cash and the money and the traveling, and it's really awesome actually. And mostly I ignore them, not because I have a personal vendetta, but because most guys do not have what it takes. Just being good with women is not enough, just being able to coach is not enough. You need to have a full package of self-actualization and being able to express that and teach that. So Tony contacted me many times, I ignored him most of them. And in the end, he stalked me, found out that I was in New York City, he was in Chicago at the time, and he said to me, I'm coming. No, he didn't. He said, I'm coming to New York tomorrow to see you. And I thought that was pretty ballsy, and so I said, all right, come along. He rocks up the next day, I say, hi, nice to meet you, and then I put a little microphone on him here, and I said, all right, what do you got? We hit the streets, it was dusk, it was cold, and he went out, totally cold, and went and approached slamming hot girls. And as I was listening in, I knew instantly this guy had it. I didn't tell him that because I didn't want to make his head too big, but I knew this guy was a natural in the sense that he was instantly able to create rapport. He was really vibing off the energy of the girl. He was really responsive, and also it was clear that he was lighthearted and that he loved women. And that's another important philosophy of our company, is that we're not misogynists, we're not teaching guys to trick girls. We really are about peace and love and getting guys and girls together, and this guy really exemplified that. So I brought him on initially as a test to see how he rolled through a summer season, and he was absolutely amazing in terms of his work ethic, his motivation, his ability to absorb all of our teaching methods and then put them through his own personal filter and express them in a unique way. And of course, on top of that, his skills with women were excellent, particularly night game, group dynamics, as well as right through to the most chilled out, low energy day game situation. He was a real all-rounder. So it's been an absolute pleasure having him on board, and I'm really proud of having him in this crew and really excited about seeing what he comes up with in his own channel.
Tony's been traveling the world with us for the last 2 years and coaching on our Euro Tour and residential programs. And it's really exciting to see the new energy that he injects into the coaching team and what he's able to access inside the students. Something really powerful about his coaching style is that he balances a really aggressive attitude where he draws the deepest masculinity out of his students with a really playful, fun, light, and nurturing energy. Many of the guys who come to us are often shy, introverted guys, and they really want to learn how to be more charismatic, more socially confident, how to command more powerful presence, and how to get in touch with their deep masculine core so they can bring out the vibrant feminine energy in the women that they meet. What I've seen Tony do on so many of these programs is take a guy who didn't really consider himself like that, who thought, oh, I'm just sort of a shy guy, I'm a little bit closed, I can never be one of those dudes who really has that powerful impact on a woman. And using a combination of, not putting up with his bullshit, pushing that guy to his edge, but then right when that guy's about to explode and, really have a struggle with his identity crisis, Tony's able to reel him right back in and allow him to just guide him into that experience where that man is able to access that part of himself that he had seen in films, he had read about in books, he had seen in other men, but he didn't know that he had inside of him. And yeah, it's really beautiful to watch, because that's what we're all about, is helping these guys make that transformation. And me and James both have our own style of doing that, our own way of taking students on that path. And I love having Tony as part of the team because he brings a fresh, new perspective on how we can make that transformation a really simple and fast process for a lot of guys.
One of the most impressive things about Tony is his passion, self-drive, and motivation to excellence.
It's really awesome that we don't have to tell him to go and push himself. He's just able to do that every day. Like, I've literally seen him go out every single night since we've been on tour. I'll come out and I'll be like, oh, time to go to bed. He's like, what do you mean bed? I'm going out. And then I'll wake up the next morning. He's slept like 4 hours because he's been out pulling girls all night. And he's sitting there meditating while I'm just like trying to eat my cereal. And then An hour later, I see him reading some book on masculine and feminine dynamics and taking notes about what he learned. He's literally studying every day.
Whilst doing push-ups and crunches at the same time.
And then listening to motivational audios. He's just like created this university of masculine explosion in John Keegan's lounge room. And then I'll come back from a date and he'll be there like eating waffles and eating ice cream and watching cartoons. And I'm like, well, that's a bit weird. But that's his one guilty pleasure. Apart from that, he's constantly thirsty and hungry for knowledge and learning and growth. And I think that's something that really makes him a great coach. And so I'm always kind of curious about that because, me and James both lived that a lot when we were younger. I was obsessively going out, I was obsessively practicing guitar, I was obsessively writing and creating field reports and really interested in how can I translate my experiences that I learn on the street into something that I can share with guys on the internet and they can really learn from. And so it's awesome to see the new guy in the crew has that same drive and has that same focus and discipline. So I'm kind of curious, what is it that keeps you going? Because it's easy to go out when you feel great. What makes you go out on the days when you feel like shit?
Well, the thing that makes me go out on days when I feel like shit, of course, is for you guys. Because if there's something that I care about, I care about guys growing, being able to go out and live the life that they want to live. And I've always seen men in my life not do that from when I was young. So now I'm kind of taking it back. So I go and I am militant every single day. As they've said, I'm very militant from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep about being the best I can be so I can help guys be the best they can be. That's the reason why.
And it's just like that leading by example and giving guys a model of what a really focused and driven man looks like, inspires other people to live like that. And that's why I'm really pumped to see what videos he's going to put out, because I'm going to watch them and that's going to spark that in me again.
So if you guys love all my material, subscribe to the Essence of Solo for my latest videos coming out.